Welcome back. This week we talk about podcast plagiarism, Google AI using fake websites as fact, a New Zealand man tries to body slam an orca, a woman living above a grocery store for a year, Ticketmaster's finally being sued for antitrust laws, and then a woman by the name of Elisa Zinger pretending to be a 14-year-old to seduce middle schoolers. Wild. And then on this week's Am I the Asshole, how long is too long to go without washing your water bottle? We'd like to thank our subscribers, Adam Pacino, Mark Stadler, Kylie Gangwish, Golby Jordan, Chantel Stadler, Kevin Garahan, Andres Vaez, Colton Zamersla, Professor Rusty J. Lugnuts, and Pantera Girl. Enjoy.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
And I'm Shane.
Yeah, and we're back with another fun-filled episode to entertain you and educate you on the weird things happening in the world, because that's what we do. You're not working today? You actually got Memorial Day off?
Yeah, man, I actually got today off.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That was one of the funniest parts of being in the military for me, is talking to some of my friends back home. They're like, yeah, 3-day weekend, it's Veterans Day, Memorial Day, whatever. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm at work. I'm staring at a stupid ass airplane that won't work. They're like, oh, I thought you got the day off. Nope, actually, not us, I guess. I don't know. But
it is wild that I can. So here's something crazy, and this will, of course, with all of our thousands of listeners, they'll be upset about it. But when I first checked into this command, they completely just missed Juneteenth.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that's a mandatory holiday.
In your current command?
Yeah. They ended up giving us an extra day off weeks later. Hey, I know we missed Juneteenth, but here's another day. And I was like,
I know we fucked up, guys. That's hilarious. It is kind of weird to me though, the vast difference of being a seagoing command but not being at sea.
Yeah.
Because it is just like a 9 to 5 almost, in certain aspects.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the weekend off for the most part unless you have watch. You do work your 8 or 9 hour shift unless somebody's being an asshole. It's very normal in that way. And it was very weird to me coming from Fallon, because while we did work 8-hour shifts because we had 3 shifts while we were in classes, it was not normal. Outside of that, we wouldn't do long weekends in the middle of a class. If we were between classes, then it was fine. But so anyway, just a random thought I was having. And I have a bunch of comments to get to, so I'm gonna start now. Kylie opens it up saying, Shane, I cannot empathize with you enough on the child testing your patients. I understand wholeheartedly why mothers back in the 40s to 60s were heavily medicated. So,
on that note, I also, and this is going to sound bad, I also understand. I understand when parents kill their kids. I understand the thought that happens. You know what I mean? You get, you're so angry, you have no fucking clue what's going on, you don't know why they won't stop crying, and you're like, fuck.
If your brain was slightly more broken,
100%. I get it. I understand where it, where it happens. I'm just you read the stories, you're like, that's fucked up, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't tell you how the kids were acting 10 minutes before.
No,
maybe,
there's
maybe.
this chick is she's violent, and maybe they were, but I'm willing to bet that some of those moms or dads that it's happened to, they're just there's a switch that stops you, and you're like, well, all right, I can deal with this, and then the switch
that's
switch.
The running theory with JonBenet Ramsey. One of the theories is that her mom was tired of her wetting the bed and just one day just fucking snapped on her.
Oh,
and, yeah,
man.
The theory that I subscribe to, whatever, is that her little brother or not her older brother, her brother, killed her, and then the family covered it up. But
That's insane.
But anyway, yeah. So there might be something to it. And then Kylie says, this is perfect lead-in from what we were just saying. On a fun note, in the tiny town I live in, there's 15 kids on our little street. Lots of families, she says in parentheses. And the kids are always outside running around with very loose supervision from all of us parents. LOL. I would never do that in a town like Hastings, which, for the record, is not that big. It's like 15,000 people, maybe. And
Okay.
she says, you're less than stellar, Mom, doing it in Kearney, and then has the melting emoji like 6 times. And Kearney, for reference, when I was growing up, was in the mid 20,000 range, but still not super big, but big enough to where us riding our bikes all over town would not fly today, I don't think. or if it did, you'd have to have like all of your gear on. You'd have to have the elbow pads, the helmet, everything. This weekend, my niece was asking me a bunch of questions about me and her father's childhood, which was kind of fun. Like, some things that I remember, but I don't think about a lot, you know? So I was telling her all sorts of random stories, and we all came to the realization that there was a point in time where my mom had a camcorder, and it was like the family movie camcorder, and like in middle school, I took it and was just like recording videos of myself, like pre-YouTube shit.
Nice.
And they were like, well, how hilarious is it that Levi has podcasts after him literally recording himself? I'm like, fuck. I never even made that connection, but here we are. Anyway. Kylie continues, I don't dislike the painting at all, but I think that it's an odd choice for an official royal portrait. But hey, if he loves it, it's his legacy, so who cares? The painting itself is great. Yeah, I was thinking this too, is like, do the people who are mad because it's a more like contemporary version, are they mad because not all royal portraits look like they were painted in the 1500s still? Like, because those aren't even realistic paintings for, like, they were the style back then, but they're not super realistic.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have to walk this balance of like, well, you got to kind of go with the times. Do you want it to look like this, Middle Ages regal painting, or do you want to do something a little more like in the times that he was king, because he's king in 2024 and not 1544? So that's just a little add on there. But she also says, I'm honestly a little shocked that Levi was unaware that Michelin tire and Michelin restaurant ratings were the same person or company. Not person. She's just having a stream of consciousness comment going on. He's just fully useless knowledge all the time. LOL. Thanks. I shouldn't have said something so nice. Yeah, no, I think in my head I was like, there's no fucking way that it's the same. Like, because it just seems like something because they are in two different worlds.
Yeah, definitely.
You think of high class food and tires, and they don't connect. But anyway, I've been wrong before, and it will happen again. So she continues, there's a gentleman at my church that passed away last year, 2 weeks after finding out he had cancer. He just felt really tired and under the weather, and so they went and got labs and tests done, and voila, it was late stage cancer somewhere in his abdomen. I can't quite remember. 2 weeks later, he was gone. So that was in response to me asking, like, what it's like. Like, do they know how sick they are when they, like, what it feels like to get cancer, I guess. So, rough. And then Tiefer responds to that comment, said, knew a 70-year-old guy like that in Canada. He couldn't describe what was going on, just that he didn't feel good. They took him to the hospital, and that he was tested, found that he has stage 4 cancer. He was gone in a month, just absolutely devastating to everyone in that knew him. So, yeah. She also, Kylie continues, my heart aches for that woman. It is so incredibly hard to be the person that is constantly being the caregiver even when you're sick. Elliot and I have come a long way in our relationship, and we are great partners now in times like that, but I absolutely understand where her resentment and exhaustion is coming from. They just need to have open communication and talk about it. Elliot and I have, but let's be real, mostly me, both behaved and acted in a way that, unfortunately, in the past we have communicated and are better now. God, the fucking long ass sentences. Kids make things approximately. That's 100,000 times harder. But she didn't put a comma, so I had to manually put it in there. So yeah, and that was about the "Am I the asshole?" right, with the sick mom,
Mm-hmm.
which I still don't think. I get it. I understand where she's coming from. T-Ferg says Rudy trying to brag that he's untouchable at his own party, to being served papers right after to throw away the facade in front of his eyes is hilarious. Yeah, no, that I just like the irony of it. There was a fake story going around that the guy who served his papers was in the picture of him like at the birthday party, which would have been fucking magical, but because the guy who they were saying he's like smiling real fucking big as they're singing happy birthday.
Nice.
I was like, dude, how funny would that be? But it, unfortunately, not true. Although, would not surprise me at this point. Like, we are living in a very weird TV show, so. T-Ferg says, thank you for validating my obligation to comment, Shane. I'm trying to help get these videos into the 100+ comment range. Cue the "I'm doing my part" meme from Starship Troopers, which is a fantastic reference. And
I
then
love
Kylie left some laughing emojis to that. And then he continues, for those of us who don't know, it's Kids and Coaches, what you call the fan base, as our official designation, like how Beyonce fans are a part of the Beehive. Yeah, no, I think it's just something that I got from a different, like, one of my buddies. He would post cooking videos on his Snapchat, and he always opened it up like that, and I was just like, I love that. And so I just started doing it one day, and Shane really liked it, so I just kept going.
Yeah.
And here we are.
I mean, yeah, that's much like even the tip your bartender thing. I don't know why I said it the first time, and I was like, I'm going to keep saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it used to be on the days of yore in West Pine, because it was with Wolf, and it was always, Wolf, you make me sick. At the very end. So we've just always we're good at catchphrases, you know. T. Ferg says, I say YouTube is social media because the creators that I follow and really like are my parasocial friends, which is it's a good life to live. Kind of sad if you look at it the wrong way, but we're here for you, buddy. I do get it though, because sometimes if you watch, like, there'll be days where I'm working on the computer a lot, and so I just have podcasts playing.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're just all hanging out, you know, me and the boys. Yeah. They're not responding to anything I'm saying, but I'm reacting to what they're saying.
It's like a normal interaction then.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Just perpetual backseat rider, you know, just nobody's hearing what I'm saying, but I'm there, damn it. He also says, my blue comment read last episode was a comment about the crappy Bluey experience you talked about at the bar in Vegas the episode before that, but I don't remember that either.
A crappy Bluey experience?
Yeah. T-Ferg, I think you're trying to gaslight us into stories that we never said. But it's all right. Moving on. He says, yes, the fairy movie I mentioned last week was based on the real event off of the fairy photo hoax. Boom. See, I called it. I was right. I knew it. And then he says, so in your opinion, should new service members be required to deploy for at least 6 months on the ship to humble them?
Yeah. 100%. At least.
Like, immediately, yeah.
Yes. No question.
Well, here's the other thing, is they're going to have to fucking do it eventually, unless they are the fucking, like, CBs or P8 squadron or some shit, you know, like, you're gonna end up on a ship more than likely. So if they just put them on there and let them get the cranking out of the way so they don't have to fucking do that again, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, do that shit, get it all out of the, get the full experience, and then let them go to whatever command they're supposed to be at, or maybe they stay with the command they're at. I don't know, but I think that would probably That'd be good. It'd be a good, nice translation from battle stations into an actual ship.
I mean, and even now, it's not that bad on the boat, man. Like, there's the phones are gone.
Oh, really?
They have Wi-Fi.
The payphones?
They have Wi-Fi in the galley now, and you can just
Whoa.
make calls through like Messenger.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Goddamn. It's like 21st century on them bitches or something.
that's insane, dude.
I don't even want to know what the fucking, like, the Ford and the Kennedy are going to be like. It's probably going to make me throw up if I find out, but...
Look, they need to bring the payphones back. You need to stand in line in a hot ass fucking P-way, sweating your dick off for a chance to use the phone for 10 minutes, okay?
Yeah. No fucking special privileges for you bitches, alright? We did our time, and now you can do yours.
No, I'm really happy it's like that. Like that was probably the worst part, standing in line for 30 minutes in like this hot ass fucking hallway.
Yeah.
Like just to use the phone for 10 minutes, like
Or fighting over one fucking computer in the shop to get on Facebook and send a message or two, like, real quick.
Nope.
Yeah. No fun. T-Ferg says, it's okay, Levi, none of us remember our moments of stupidity from that transitioning phase from young adulthood into real adulthood. I remember all of mine.
I remember a lot of them, yeah.
I'm reminded every time I'm laying down to go to sleep or in the shower. And just when I have time to think about things, And then there's a good Bill Burr bit where he talks about that, and then he just screams them out of his head. He just starts yelling. And his wife's like, "What's going on?" He's like, I just burnt myself on the hot water. She's like, "Every day?" Yeah, leave me the fuck alone. He also sympathizes with you, saying, I get the screaming and kids too well. My 5-year-old son screams all the time when I try to talk to him about things, which is the way he phrased it is like anytime he tries to talk to him, he just starts screaming, which I know it's not true, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Man. And then he says, the free-range parenting idea sounds better to me. It gives kids a chance to learn responsibility and trust themselves. My wife is more willing to let our son be more free-range than our daughter has been, because she's afraid our daughter will get arrested randomly. And then Kylie asked, is your daughter second born? Because understandable. First of all, rude. And he says firstborn, but she's afraid someone will be an evil prick. And Kylie says fair fear. Yeah. So anyway, there's that.
All right.
He also has never seen Obama in the Bush, the painting I showed you. Glad it's not some weird slang term either. Which is good old Obama
Honestly,
in the Bush.
Though, when I saw... Honestly, though, when I saw that painting last week, it just made me think of like the Homer Simpson meme where he's just
my God, yeah. Just fades back into it. And then he says, probably so many people were frustrated they hadn't been at the portal to see the OnlyFans model flashing the portal. Yeah, I've seen a couple different angles of the video, doing some thorough podcast research, and it's pretty cool. There's one dude in the video that I seen that's like in the perfect angle, and he hasn't shared any of his videos, so I'm a little annoyed by that. And it's not like he didn't have time to react, because she was there for, I don't know, probably 10 solid seconds.
Oh, wow.
Plenty of time for you to react if you so choose. Yeah. And his last comment is that if you guys get a chance, that the info you learned from Food Theory episode on Michelin stars is very informative. Glad to see them expanding the flavor paper palette. Which I don't know what that means, but it sounds dangerous. Then Kevin Garahan coming hot at me says, are the allegations true that Levi had something to do with the incident that occurred on May 28th, 2016? No, I was not there when fucking the gorilla was shot. What's his name? God damn it.
Harambe?
Yeah, I was not there when Harambe got shot.
How
dare you?
He probably did.
How dare you implicate me in such a way? And then new commenter, I think. I've never seen, it's listed as Keanu Reeves. Maybe this is our old friend from before.
Let's go.
Remember when he was a subscriber? He says, I have to say there's something truly captivating about the King Charles portrait. Despite its unique style, or perhaps because of it, the piece possesses a distinct character and depth. All right, college-educated person. Jesus.
Nice.
The artist captured the likeness and essence of the subject, transcending conventional boundaries and evoking many powerful responses, which is true. A lot of people had a lot of really strong opinions about this fucking thing. And then he says, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? An installation meant to unite and connect people from different parts of the world ends up being shut down because of, well, people, which is also true. Yeah, so that's the comments. If you're listening to the, I don't know, 15 minutes of actual content that we have in this episode, and you want to make a comment on it, please go to the YouTube, which is in the link tree, and then you can do it there. With that, we can get into the meat and potatoes. I want to start this episode 20 minutes in with some podcasting news.
Okay.
Super random, but it's made my weekend very entertaining. So you listen to Time Suck. I don't know how much you've listened to Time Suck. Have you listened to like newer episodes?
No, I don't like. I used to like Time Suck because I had such a long drive to work, and now my drive to work is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, I'm going to spoil one episode for you just because it's part of the story.
Okay.
So I won't tell you what episode it is because maybe that'll help with the spoiling. But there was an episode that Dan did, and he made the whole fucking story up. Did a 2-hour episode, and it was all fake. He made it up as a joke. Yeah, because he is a comedian at heart.
Yeah.
And at the end, he reveals it, right? A different podcast took that story and literally put it. They had a two-person podcast episode. So like the first half was one thing, and the second half was that topic that Dan completely fabricated. No. And he just cut it down, and like literally sections were word for word, like straight ripped it, and didn't say it was a joke or anything. Yeah. So the fucking Time Suck community has been blowing up all week. I think it was all week, because it's the newest episode of it's Human Monsters is the podcast, and because I don't want them to not get any attention for it, because it's fucking hilarious that they managed to, like, how do you pick a random episode of Time Suck? There's 400 and some episodes, and you pick the one that's not even real. Like, that's so fucking funny to me. And so a bunch of people in the Time Suck group have been joining in the Human Monsters group and just letting this dude have it, because understandably so. Like, if the story was true, you straight up just plagiarized the episode. But it's not true. You still plagiarized the episode, but also you didn't have the fucking due diligence to even, like, Google the guy to find out he's not real. Like, just fucking hilarious to me. And, like, the guy has a writer who, I guess, writes a lot of his stuff, and she kind of took the full blame. But also, their, like, apologies that they posted on the thing were kind of half-assed. He was like, well, I didn't know it was a joke. And then that was kind of it. And was like, yeah, but you kind of stole the fucking whole thing, though. Like, yeah. That the issue isn't that it's not real. The issue is that you fucking stole it.
That's hilarious.
And then the writer was like, I should have been more careful. And I'm like, careful with, like, not stealing, or careful, like, not getting caught? Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, they're hot garbage. Pretty funny. So anyway, if you want to check that out,
That's insane.
I think
I love that.
Yeah. So pretty exciting, and it kind of leads me into my first story, which is that Google, their AI generated search results, like when people are like trying to get information on something, it keeps returning articles citing The Onion, the satirical website The Onion, which is fantastic news. It makes me happy because, you know, like it shows the flaws in this system, and the reason I made the connection between those two things is because there was a lot of people in the comment section saying, "Oh, well, these people probably just used AI to write that script." And like in my head, AI doesn't copy like exact sections word for word, or like literally cut a couple things out and like smush a couple lines together. That's not what AI. Like I was like, it's not AI because it didn't say, you know, like cultivating or delve 52 times. Like like they have like these key buzzwords that it uses.
Yeah.
And you can use those words, but not like 3 sentences apart, and it does. And it's fucking hilarious. So anyway, this Google's AI, I don't know if you've searched anything on Google, but lately it has like this little prompt at the top where it's like AI overview, and it's trying to teach you something. So it's like the example in this article says, "How many rocks should I eat a day?" And the AI overview is like, according to UC Berkeley geologists, people should at least eat at least one small rock a day. And that's like an Onion article, which is fantastic. And then another one is what color highlighters does the CIA use? And CIA has used black highlighters in the past. Just no fucking redacting pen. Oh man. CIA, in the article from the Onions, it says CIA realizes it's been using black highlighters all these years. Oh man. So I don't know. It's just been very fun to watch like AI kind of like make all of these hilarious mistakes. And then also I think it's nice to have people who are not being genuine in the way that they're producing content also get flamed for it too.
Yeah.
Like I brought up those accounts I see on Facebook where it's like obviously AI generated image, and then it's all the boomers in the fucking comments like, "I pray for you," or like, "This is God bless," and like all this shit. And it's like, that's none of this is real, dude. Don't you fucking get it? But anyway, yeah. So I just found that pretty exciting. I love these little things. It's like when you watch like a robot walk around and then it falls. Like it's still pretty fucking funny, and it's even funnier because nobody's actually getting hurt. But
Yeah.
it's not funny when the robot starts jumping 30-foot walls and shooting guns really accurately. You know, but we'll get to that when we can, I guess.
Oh, I know.
So the next story I found is a guy in New Zealand was filmed trying to body slam an orca, which is hilarious to me.
I think you could take him.
Yeah, like no orca has killed a human in the wild until this fucking moment where this guy tests its fucking patience, and it's like, you know what? We've been too nice for them.
Yeah.
And here's the problem: is they're already sinking boats again. So you're gonna cause a lot of fucking problems for everybody, because it's not like orca know the idiots from the normal people. Like they just probably have this generational knowledge of like humans being dickheads, and they're like, listen. So that's pretty exciting. The man obviously didn't die, because I would have led with that, because it would have been a great joy for me. But it is pretty funny that he decided that, and you know he was probably hammered. Like he was like, I'm a fucking bot. He's from New Zealand. Well, crikey, I'm gonna body slam this orca. Yeah.
Oh no.
I wanted to talk about this one a couple weeks ago, but I think it was one of the episodes where we just kept going.
Okay.
And there was a lady that was found hiding in an attic of a grocery store. Like in like a, not even a real attic. It was a space, like, you know how on some grocery stores they have those peaks that, you know, there's no groceries up there, but it's just part of the aesthetic of the building.
Yeah.
She was hiding behind one of those peaks where the sign like is attached to.
Mm-hmm.
She was hiding in like the fucking crawl space behind that, and she had been living there.
Oh shit.
So yeah, which like like she could access the roof from it. I don't know how she's getting up and down from that, but that's where she was living. And I think over a year is what she said that she had been living there. She didn't say why or anything like that. So anyway, pretty exciting. But next time you go grocery store shopping, maybe see if you can see a person in the attic or in the fucking rafters or something.
Yeah. That's insane.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to spend a lot of time walking around Walmart as a kid thinking about climbing in the rafters just because I'm a kid and that's seemed like a fun activity. Not realizing that I would probably be terrified if I was up there. But now I just like have the thought of maybe like a kid hears about this story. And so now every time they go to a store that has really tall ceilings, they're looking up there trying to find somebody hanging out.
Yeah.
Maybe one day they do see a person. I don't know. Live life on the edge.
Yeah.
It just makes for an exciting life. So I don't know. So big news.
Ooh.
The Justice Department is suing Ticketmaster.
About time.
So yeah, pretty exciting news. It's a federal antitrust lawsuit. Antitrust is essentially the monopoly, like that's the fancy word for that. Like, so hopefully we'll get some fucking less expensive goddamn
Dude,
concerts around here.
Insane, man.
Yeah, because I know that. I think it was like last year or something that Ticketmaster was like, oh, okay, sorry, yeah, we put too many fees on there. And then nothing really changed.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck was that even for? But pretty exciting. Hopefully something... Like, it is crazy. Like, there was a long, like, historic thing of, like, antitrust. These companies own too much. And then all of a sudden, I think, if I remember correctly, it stopped with Ronald Reagan somehow, and and then all of those companies started buying back everything, and now we have a bunch of corporate monopolies, and somehow it's creating a lot of problems for people. Who would have thought that would happen? So it is nice that they're going after things like this. I don't know. I feel like the video game industry probably needs looked at.
100%, dude.
It seems to be a little aggressive lately.
Dude, so before we get to video games, if you're looking for bands to watch and you don't want to pay crazy prices and you want to pay as close to like the original fee as possible, Bands in Town is an app.
Oh, okay.
Bands in Town is an app you can download on your phone, and then whenever you see they're going to come close to you, the app takes you straight to who's selling the ticket originally, not Ticketmaster, not anything else.
Not those secondary, third party, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it takes
it.
you straight to like where you can buy the ticket for the price they're actually trying to sell, not gouge the fuck out of you.
Right.
So download that app, and Bands in Town sponsor us. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna write that down.
Even though,
in Town.
yeah, Bands in Town, it's an app.
Sweet.
All right. And then on the video game thing, man, there's far too many times where they fucking sell us games that are halfway made, and then they patch the shit out of it over the next 6 months to get it to where it should have been before they released it. And yeah,
I recently picked up Starfield again.
Okay.
Which is another game, like Bethesda put it out, and then I don't think this is like I think this is a Bethesda problem. It obviously does happen a lot more, but Bethesda is notorious for releasing games that are buggy right away, and then they do. Credit to them, do take a lot of user input and do a lot of patching right after. But I just don't like there are other games that they've been in development for however long, and it's like, how are you putting this out and then like surprised when people are mad because it's playing like shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like Cyberpunk had a very, very notoriously real bad launch.
Yeah.
And it has came back, and like, why didn't you just fucking wait?
Yeah.
Like it seems dumb to me that you would like want to take that on the chin right away that we put out a shitty game and then maybe we can make it up later, you know?
Yeah. Battlefield 2044 was like that when it first came out, real bad, and they
Yeah.
had to patch the shit up. And they like lost. I remember the months leading up to it coming out, they were just like, "Oh, it's just gonna fucking put Call of Duty in its place," blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then it comes out and it's fucking so glitchy and shitty that they like immediately lost. I would say probably like 90% of their player base.
Yeah. I was reading a thing earlier, and it was talking about EA and how much money they make from The Sims.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like $450 million a year
God dang.
off of The Sims, which is crazy. And also, I seen another thing that EA was toying with the idea of putting ads in their games, which, if you play any sports games, they already fucking do.
Yeah.
Like, there's already banners and posters and shit in the fucking game. There's Adidas, Nike,
Yeah.
all over the fucking place. Why? So then I'm like, why these fucking games? And this is a conversation that I've had forever. Why are these games that have legitimate, actual in-game sponsors that are like just like, if they don't want to be in the game, they say they don't want to be in the game, and then they used to put in like fake ass companies in those spots, and like in a famous stadium or whatever. And then now they're putting more and more like real things because those companies realize, hey, that's fucking still money like on the table. Like, it's almost free advertising essentially.
Yeah, for years.
Yeah. And it's like, well, why don't you just charge those fucking companies, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe the fucking game doesn't need to be so goddamn expensive because you are making money hand over fist. Like, I don't even want to know what the percentages are on like something like Madden, because you have the franchise itself, you have the advertising in the game, and then you have the microtransactions for the Madden Ultimate Team. Like, you have all this shit. Like, yeah, you have to pay certain things, like for, like I said, licensing and things like that, but I imagine the profit margin on those games is insane.
It's gotta be.
Yeah. And I'm in like a goddamn love-hate relationship with EA because of that, because they got a goddamn college football game coming out, and I'm gonna buy it because I'm a fucking simp, so can't do anything fuck about it. But, I have made my $40, or what was it, $60 when it first came out, NCAA 14, $60 initial investment. I've been playing that for 10 fucking years, so I think that has finally paid its dues. But like, it's crazy. Like, and they don't release a new Microsoft Flight Simulator every fucking year. They do it. They have like, it's not every year. I don't even think it's a scheduled like time frame. They just release a new one when it's fucking ready.
Yeah.
Why don't they do that with the, like, especially the sports games, because they're always putting one out a year and nothing really changes. So it's like, why wouldn't you just put one out and then have every year maybe like a season pass or something that changes the uniforms and updates the rosters or whatever the fuck. Like, and you obviously they're not going to do it because they can't make the same amount of money off of that, and it's a shit show. So anyway, federal antitrust legislation, just saying, video games probably next on the fucking market. Yeah.
Oh.
And so anyway, that's all I have,
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. Well, then we're gonna get through this one, and then we're gonna get on to Am I the Asshole? But
Let's go.
obviously, this has been going on longer. I just caught wind of it. But there's a woman out of Tampa Bay, Florida, named Elisa Zinger.
It's Pantera Girl. No.
Pantera Girl might know her. You know what I mean? Like they live in Florida. They live in the same place.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Well, this 23-year-old woman was arrested for pretending to be a middle-aged, like, or not a middle-aged, a fucking like 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl on TikTok, and she was
Okay.
doing it to seduce middle school boys at the middle school close to where she was living.
What? That's fucking wild.
It gets worse. So
I thought, like, when you first said that, I thought you were going to say she was doing it to, like, catch creepers on the
no,
internet.
oh no.
Okay.
She is the creeper.
Yeah.
Um,
What, out of turntables?
So how she got caught was she was dating one of these 15-year-olds, and they broke up. And then he got a new girlfriend, and she sent a video, and the girl was like, "That girl is not 15."
Oh,
So
yeah, 'cause she probably didn't tell them that she was 20 something.
no, she was telling them she was legit telling them that she was 14, 15. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah,
and
this
then
girl's-
the girlfriend was like,
Yeah.
that bitch is 30.
So whenever that got brought up to the cops, 4 more boys came forward.
What?
It turns out that one of the boys had like even went to his house and met his parents. How the fuck do you not know? Like, there's
Wait, so the boys went to the 23-year-old's parents?
no.
Wait.
She went to one of the boys' houses and met his parents.
Oh, okay.
And then she had sex
Yeah.
with him, and then she later had sex with him in that house. Like,
Oh, man. What the fuck?
yeah. So
Yeah.
videos and sex with like with at least 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different
Like middle
15-year-old.
schoolers.
Yeah, middle schoolers. Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? That's terrifying. Yeah,
It's-
not great.
So this kind of blew my mind because you hear about like dude predators all the time,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've heard of any like female predators. Like, yeah, you
Well,
have the
teachers, the teachers that you hear about.
I know, but like that's like a one. Like they're it's bad.
Right,
I'm not
that's like
saying
so
it's good.
sporadic. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm just like the teachers that you hear about are always just like it's just one kid. They're just like in love with that one kid, and they're gonna get married and have kids. This chick is like out here hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, like a legitimate fucking pedophile.
Yeah,
Like,
that's wild.
that is wild.
And I wish I did the cool thing you could do with the picture. She's not an ugly woman.
What's her name?
Alyssa Zinger, ALYSSA Zinger, ZINGER.
Let's see.
She's not an ugly female, so it's like I don't understand again why you couldn't just go to a bar. Like she's
Yeah.
not an ugly person. Yeah, like it's
Wow.
crazy
That
to
is
me. She's out here
wild to
stalking
me.
people, like going after middle school kids. That's insane.
This one right here is AI edited.
yeah, I don't think that's real.
No. But
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely doesn't look fucking 14 or 15 for sure.
No. Also, yeah. Oh man, that's I bet those kids thought they hit the fucking jackpot too. They're like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? I want to know. Like, I don't want to know what the kids look like, but I want to know what they look like. I want to know if they were like who you think she'd be going after, or if they were like the
Beanbag boys.
the outcasts. Yeah, the beanbag boys. Holy shit. Yeah. That's fucking wild. And like, I don't know. Every time something like this happens is always like, oh, when it's the teachers, where was she when I was in school? It's like, I don't think you understand. That is a child molester. That is like, if that was a little girl and a grown man, you would want him skinned.
Yeah, you'd be commenting, cut his balls off and leave him outside
Yeah.
to bleed to death. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like the fucking Gary Pausch fucking video of the guy shooting the guy who abducted his kid in the airport, like that shit. I see those things, but like as soon as it's a girl, they're like, man, lucky. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's so much emotional damage for this kids, but you know, it's cool. Yeah, she's hot, I guess. But
Oh, man. All right, if you made it this far, I want to thank you for making it this far. Stop what you're doing and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment on the video. Yeah, all the things. Rate us on Apple Podcasts and everything. Spotify,
Yeah.
we're on Spotify too, which I don't see how people don't realize that. We're on Spotify
Yeah.
also.
we're on all the things everywhere.
All of them, everywhere. In other news, from now on, the subscriber episodes will be on YouTube. The subscribers will be sent a URL link in your email that's attached to your Patreon.
Yep.
Because a couple of you have told me you've had problems watching on Patreon, so we're going to try to make it better by putting it on YouTube via a secret link.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a what is it called? It's like a unlisted or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
going to
that.
be unlisted. We'll give you the URL.
Yeah. It's a own private club basically. So
All right. Am I the asshole for throwing my girlfriend's water bottle in the bin?
oh, the bin.
In the
that
bin.
must be a trash can. It's got to be British people.
Gonna preface this by saying, what the actual fuck? Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's a weird preface to have, but okay. We're here for it.
My girlfriend, female 26, had the same emotional support water bottle for approximately 3 years. What the fuck is an emotional support water bottle?
I think it's just trying to be a smart ass. Like,
okay.
like I say that when it's like a pile of papers that I haven't thrown away that's on my counter, and I'm like, that's my emotional support pile of papers. Okay.
Okay. She takes it everywhere with her. She only drinks water out of that bottle. I, male 25, found out a month ago that she doesn't wash it, just refills it once it runs out. Hold on. If she's just putting straight up water in it, I don't really see an issue. If
Here's
she's
the
putting,
problem.
okay.
It's that it can still grow mold.
What if she's
Even
rinsing
if-
it? What if she's like rinsing it out with hot water, which is not
He
washing?
says she's not cleaning it though.
Not washing. I mean, she's not. When I think of that, I mean she's not using soap. But what if
But
she's
also
like,
in like these parts, you can still get mold buildup
okay.
when you take the caps off and shit.
okay,
Yeah, but continue.
all right. She just fills it once it runs out. So I washed it, and holy shit, there was mold growing inside. I tried
Yeah.
my best to clean it, but I couldn't get all of it out, no matter how much I tried. I told her about the
Called it.
mold, and that I think she needs to get a replacement water bottle. She said no, that it was her decision. I kept bringing it up, and she kept saying no. So I went out, bought 4 different waters, one identical one, and 3 that were really similar. Gave them to her and tried to explain that drinking out of a moldy water bottle is going to affect her health. She relented and started taking the identical one to work, but she said she wanted to keep the original just to have. All right, that's a little. It's gotta be. There's like some kind of somebody gave her that water bottle.
Yeah, something.
I backed off. Well, yesterday I found the water bottle I bought with the lid still sealed and the original bottle half full. I chucked it right then and there. I threw it in the bin and told her what I did. I said she can't keep drinking out of that and putting her health at risk. She's pissed, extremely pissed. Her friends are all pissed at me too.
What?
But her parents and siblings are all on my side. Am I the asshole?
Okay. Yeah.
I know I'm probably a bit of an asshole, but I feel really justified about it. All right.
I guess so. When you were like, yeah, maybe somebody bought it for her, and then he was like, the parents and siblings are all on his side. That immediately means that it's probably not something like that. You know what I mean? Like they would know,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Bro, Alyssa, you gotta stop drinking from this water bottle. You're gonna start hitting on 15-year-old boys or something." I don't think that mold does that, but
We don't know it doesn't do that.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So clean your fucking water bottles, people. That is like disgusting to me. I fucking hate the idea of a dirty like drinking utensil. What do you call it? Vessel. I don't know.
Water bottle.
Like, you know, there's people who famously don't wash their coffee mugs. Seals in the flavor, shit like that.
Hey.
Yeah.
As long
They
as
will
you're
not be named.
As long as, dude, I'd fucking do it. As long as you're,
Yeah.
I don't use creamer. I just use black coffee, bro.
It's just straight coffee.
Just straight
But you
black
rinse
coffee.
it out, right?
No, I keep it seals the flavor in, dude.
It's not a fucking skillet, like fucking animal.
Zero mold was ever in my coffee cup. Okay.
Probably, yeah, probably. All right. So anyway, I have had water bottles. You know, maybe a water bottle sits in the backseat of the car for too long, and then you're like, "Oh shit, I was wondering where that is." And you bring it
Yeah.
inside, and it's got fucking mold all over it. I, for probably too long, contemplate whether or not I need to throw it away or not, because I'm like, well, I do. It is a good water bottle, but then I relent unless I have like a good dishwasher, and
Yeah.
then, you know, that bitch will soak it in some bleach and place it in Nirvana and then throw it in the thing. But yeah, that's fucking gross. Like the fact that she was like not washing it, apparently not doing fucking anything other than refilling it, and it had mold while he cleaned it out is like, how did she not get sick? You know,
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
is-
or
that's-
maybe she was sick all the time. I don't know.
That's
But-
the impressive part.
yeah. Maybe she's a superhero, dude. Did you ever think about that? You might be an asshole because you might have forced her to lose her superpower, which is to not be killed by mold.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Yeah, what are the people feeling?
50% not the asshole.
That's too split for me.
Yeah, 50% not the asshole. 38% you're the asshole.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what. Oh, 1% not enough info. Everyone sucks here. 6%.
Weird.
Yeah.
Everybody sucks. You're an asshole for cleaning her fucking water bottle, you piece of shit. Like, she's an asshole for keeping it dirty, but you're an asshole for cleaning it. So that's such a weird take for me, but all right.
Oh, man.
Yeah. How fun.
All right, we'd like to thank our friends, the Real Creature Feature, the Macabre Emporium, the National Society of Cryptid Hunters, and of course, little-known podcast, Remedial Scholar.
Yeah. We're coming back this week, baby. The episode's almost done. Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.